Good morning, students. Let us revise. Lesson number 1, Resources and Development. We had covered few topics of this lesson in our previous video. In this video, we are going to cover the remaining topics. Let's begin. Students, do you know what is land degradation? Yes. In land degradation, the fertility of the soil decreases. Now, let us try to understand the causes of land degradation. Causes of land degradation are as follows: deforestation, overgrazing, mining, over irrigation, as well as mineral processing. So you need to keep all these points in mind, because in exam, suppose the question is asked, explain the causes of land degradation, or what are the causes of land degradation. So you need to understand that deforestation, overgrazing, mining, over irrigation, as well as mineral processing are the causes of land degradation. I hope it is clear, students. Now there are many ways to solve the problems of land degradation. So let us see the conservation measures now. Afforestation, control on overgrazing, control of mining activities, stabilization of sand dunes by growing thorny bushes, planting of shelter belts of plants. So these all are the conservation measures. These are the methods wherein we can solve the problems of land degradation. I hope it is clear, students. Our next topic is soil. Just have a look at this diagram, students. How many layers of soil can you see? Yes, we can see 4 layers of soil, isn't it? We have unweathered parent bedrock, we have substratum weathered parent rock material, then we have subsoil weathered rock, sand, silt and clay, and then we have topsoil, that is the upper soil layer. Now let us try to understand all these layers of soil. First we have unweathered parent bedrock. Parent rock is the original rock. Unweathered means here the weathering has not taken place. Above that we have substratum weathered parent rock material. Substratum means a layer of soil that is below another layer of soil. Okay, so here it contains weathered parent rock material. Here weathering has taken place. Then above that we have subsoil weathered rocks, sand, silt and clay. And above that we have the upper soil layer. Is that clear, students? I hope you have understood this. Students, now let us learn about the classification of soils. Soils are classified as alluvial soil, black soil, red and yellow soils, laterite soil, arid soils and forest soils. Now let us learn about all these soils in detail. First we will start with the alluvial soil. Alluvial soils are very fertile. They are formed by the deposit, that is sand and silt brought by the rivers. Alluvial soils are found in northern plains, okay, and the deposition of sand and silt is done by 3 important Himalayan river systems. Do you know the 3 important Himalayan river systems? Yes, they are the river Indus, the Ganga and the river Brahmaputra. Alluvial soils are also found in the eastern coastal plains, particularly in the deltas of the Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri rivers. Alluvial soils are very rich in potash, phosphoric acid and lime, which is ideal for paddy, that is rice, wheat and other cereal and pulse crops. Region of alluvial soils are densely populated. As alluvial soils are very fertile, cultivation can be done on a large scale. Hence, region of alluvial soils are densely populated. I hope it is clear, students. Red and yellow soils. Red soil develops on crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateaus. So where do we find red soil? Yes, in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. Yellow and red soils are also found In parts of Orissa, Chhattisgarh, southern parts of the Middle Ganga plain, and along the Piedmont zone of the Western Ghats. Now, what is Piedmont? Piedmont is a gentle slope leading from the foot of mountains to a region of flat land. So, red and yellow soils are also found along the Piedmont zone of the Western Ghats. These soils develop a reddish color due to diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. So why is the soil reddish in color? It is due to the diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. As iron is present in this soil, the soil appears to be reddish in color. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. So when water is present in the soil, okay, it looks yellowish. So I hope it is clear, students. Now let us learn about the black soil. Black soil is black in color. It is also known as rigor soils. It is best suitable for growing cotton. It is also called as black cotton soil. It has got a good capacity to hold moisture. It is rich in calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime. Black soil is deficient in phosphoric content. Cracks occur during hot weather. They are sticky when wet. Okay students, so you need to remember this. Black soils are deficient in phosphoric content. Cracks occur during hot weather. They are sticky when they are wet. Now let us learn about the laterite soil. Laterite soils are found in areas with high temperature and heavy rainfall. So you need to remember high temperature and heavy rainfall. Where are laterite soils found? Yes, they are found in areas with high temperature and heavy rainfall. Leaching due to heavy rain. Now what do you mean by leaching? In leaching, what happens? The top layer of the soil gets washed away due to heavy rain. Okay. Humus content of the soil is low. Now you will ask me, why is the humus content of the soil low? It is because most of the microorganisms, particularly the decomposers like bacteria, get destroyed due to high temperature. So I hope you have understood this. Laterite soils are suitable for cultivation with adequate doses of manures and fertilizers. So we need to use manures and fertilizers. Okay, then only the laterite soils are suitable for cultivation. Laterite soils are found in the states of Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh and the hilly areas of Odisha and Assam. Okay, laterite soils are favorable or suitable for the cultivation of tea and coffee. Red laterite soils in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are suitable for the cultivation of cashew nuts. I hope it is clear, students. Now let us learn about the arid soil. Okay, arid soil ranges from red to brown in color. It is sandy in texture and saline in nature. You need to remember this. They are sandy in texture and saline in nature. In some areas, the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. So how is the common salt obtained, students? Yes. In some areas, the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Arid soils lacks humus and moisture. Okay, so arid soils doesn't have humus and moisture. Arid soils are found in Rajasthan. Now let us learn about forest soil. Forest soils are found in the hilly and mountainous areas where sufficient rainforests are available. So where are forest soil found? Yes, they are found in hilly and mountainous areas where sufficient rainforests are available. Loamy and silty in valley sides and coarse grained in the upper slope. Now what do you mean by silty, students? Silty means fine sand. And what do you mean by coarse sand? Coarse grained. Coarse means rough. So we find loamy and silty soil in valley sides and coarse grain in the upper slopes. In the snow-covered areas of Himalayas, We find the soil wherein the humus content is very low. The soils found in the lower parts of the valleys, particularly on the river terraces and alluvial fans, are fertile. Students, just have a look at this map. I want to ask one question. Where do we find alluvial soils? Okay, I'm going to give you 3 options. Number 1, desert region. Number 2, northern mountainous region. Number 3, northern plains. Which one is the correct answer? Once again, desert region, northern mountainous region, northern plains. Yes, students, where do we find alluvial soil? The correct answer is northern plain. So similarly, in your exam, questions will be asked. They may give you place, they may give you states. Okay, but thing is that you just need to spot out the place wherein that particular type of soil is found and then click the correct answer. I hope it is clear, students. So this map is given in your textbook as well. Just go through this map. I hope it is clear. Students, you all know what is soil erosion, right? Now let us learn about the causes of soil erosion. Causes of soil erosion are as follows: overgrazing, deforestation, construction, mining, natural factors like wind, glacier and water. I hope it is clear, students. We also have gullies and sheet erosion. Now, what are gullies? Let us try to understand. The running water cuts through the clay soils and makes deep channels as gullies. So, the running water cuts through the clay soils and makes deep channels which are known as gullies. And then the land becomes unfit for cultivation and it is known as bad land. Here in this image, you can see the image of gullies. Can you see, students? This is the image of gullies. This one. Okay. I hope it is clear. Now let us try to understand what is sheet erosion. Water flows as a sheet over large areas down a slope. So what happens because of this? In such cases, the top soil is washed away. So I hope it is clear, students. Once again, water flows as a sheet over large areas down a slope, and in such cases, the top soil is washed away. Have a look over here, students. You will understand. Here is the image of sheet erosion. Here is the image of sheet erosion. Here the top soil is washed away. Is that clear, students? Students, now let us learn about soil conservation methods. We have contour ploughing, terrace farming, shelter belts as well as strip farming. Now let us learn all these in detail. First, let us start with contour ploughing. In contour ploughing, ploughing is performed along the contour, that is, it is along the line of the same height. So what will happen if contour ploughing is done? Ploughing along the contour lines can decelerate the flow of water down the slopes and thereby soil erosion can be minimized. Is that clear, students? This is the image of contour ploughing. Now let us learn about terrace farming. Steps can be cut out on the slopes making terraces. Here in this image you can see the steps are being cut, isn't it? On the slopes making terraces. So terrace cultivation restricts erosion. Terrace cultivation restricts soil erosion. Western and central Himalayas have well developed terrace farming. So terrace farming can be seen in the western and central Himalayas. I hope it is clear, students. Now let us learn about strip cropping. Large fields can be divided into strips. You can see here. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. So here strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. What will happen because of this? This breaks up the force of the wind, thereby reducing the soil erosion. I hope it is clear, students. Students, now let us learn about shelter belts. Planting lines of trees to create shelter, and rows of such trees are called shelter belts. Here in this image you can see the shelter belts. Okay, by planting trees in a row helps to reduce the impact of wind. Thereby there is minimization of the soil erosion. Is that clear, students? These shelter belts have contributed significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes. So I hope it is clear. Till now we have learnt about the soil conservation methods. Students, here is the new type of question which is included in your exam. So let us try to understand this. Okay. Assertion. All those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. Is this sentence correct? Yes, it is correct. All those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources, right? Now, what is the reason given? Agenda 21 is the declaration signed by world leaders in 1992 at the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. First, let me ask, is this sentence correct? Yes, it is also correct, right? Agenda 21 is the declaration signed by world leaders in 1992 at the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. But if I ask you whether the reason given, that is Agenda 21 is the declaration signed by world leaders, okay, is it a reason for the assertion given? The assertion statement tells us that all those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. Is the reason given, is the reason for the assertion given? No, isn't it? Now you will have options and you need to click on the correct option. Let us read the options. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Option B. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Option C. Assertion is correct, but reason is wrong. Option D. Assertion is wrong, but reason is correct. Yes, students, which one is correct? Yes, option B. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Very good, students. Students, here we need to find the incorrect option. 4 options will be given to us. In that, 3 will be correct and 1 would be wrong. So you need to identify the incorrect option. Okay. Option A. In September 1992, more than 100 heads of state met in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Option B. Resources are vital for any developmental activity. Option C. Black soil is ideal for growing cotton. Option D. Alluvial soils are very fertile. Now, out of these, option B, C and D, these 3 sentences or these 3 options are correct ones, isn't it? Now look at option A. In September 1992, more than 100 heads of state met in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. It is not correct one. Why? Because the month given, that is September, is wrong. It should be June. In June 1992, more than 100 heads of state met in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. So you need to put a tick across option A. Why? Because option A is the incorrect one. I hope it is clear, students. Let us do the recap now. Today we have learnt about the land degradation and conservation measures, types of soils, causes of soil erosion as well as soil conservation. I hope you all are thorough with the topics. Students, I want you all to read the textbooks thoroughly, okay, and be well prepared for the exam. So, all the best for your exam, students. Meet you after the exams. Till then, bye and take care.